It's Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. It is a Bar Cart Thursday brought to you by Keg N Bottle. And we've got William H. Macy, but most importantly, we've got Woody Creek Distillers in the house. We're going to pour some drinks and have some fun. Like, subscribe, smash the follow button. We're going to be drinking.
Thank God it's Friday!
It's been a long week and the fellas are thirsty.
Scotch. Here it goes down into my belly.
It's time to cruise into the weekend. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch present Bar Card Friday. Brought to you by Keg N Bottle, with the best selection of bourbon, whiskey, tequila, private section bottles, and more.
My problem is I drink too much, way too much.
Yeah.
I get my doctor a urine specimen. There was an all of it.
Now, let's pour some drinks.
Let's pour some drinks indeed, and let's do it with Woody Creek Distillers today. William H. Macy joining us on the show, and not for his health, or maybe for his health, because I do think there is a health benefit to sipping on bourbon, rye, little vodka we're going to enjoy today. There is, because there's a social aspect that happens, a great unwinding that occurs, a relaxation that occurs, a stressless atmosphere that a fine spirit creates that puts you into, I don't know, a low heartbeat, a better rhythm, whatever you want to call it.
Totally.
And William, you walked into this studio and you joined us on air at first on our radio show on 101.5 KGB, broadcast out of San Diego, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. You walked into the room, and the first thing I noticed about you is there is an ease to you. The same, the same person that shows up on screen as an actor. It's that quality is, I guess, essentially reverberated in your acting career, because it's you. You're generating that quality and you're bringing it to the screen. But it's great to see that it's not a put on, like that is the character that you bring to life, and we're thrilled to meet you, and also it feels like old friends.
So you know what's funny is I sent a picture of you sitting here to my daughter, and she says, "That looks like Frank Gallagher."
Dude,
and I went,
snapping pics without consent. What a weirdo!
I know, it's what I do, right? I said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You may not have learned this yet. He's a little bit of a creep.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I hope you got drapes on your window, Bill.
But so she said, "It looks like Frank Gallagher." I says, "It is Frank Gallagher," and she says, "He has an aura." I'm like, he kind of does, man. You're just glowing over here.
Yeah.
You're a genuine human being.
It's all about sincerity. And once you learn how to fake that, you can have a long career.
What's funny is she says, "It looks like Frank Gallagher." I says it is Frank Gallagher. And she literally says, "Ask him about Curious George," which apparently you were the narrator of Curious George.
Oh, I did it for the first year. What a lovely cartoon show that is. It's so great for kids. It's really wonderful.
You want to hear something crazy? I cannot believe that we got there. I didn't expect Curious George to come up on the show. I was reading Curious George book after Curious George book last night to my 7-year-old son. My 10-year-old had, swim camp all day long. He conked out. He's asleep on his bed. My son, they have a bunk bed. They made the top bunk into a clubhouse. Nobody wants to sleep on the top bunk. So our night routine is dad lays down on the mattress that we have the floor next to his brother's bed, the lower bunk, the mattress on the floor. I'm laying on the mattress on the floor. And we read 7 Curious George books last night.
And drank 2 bottles of Woody Creek Distillers.
Yeah, nobody knows this, but George drinks like a fish.
Yeah, the monkey?
Yeah.
Oh, you're kidding.
You're not in that good a mood without.
You know what?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I could have sworn when he pulled back the peel, there was a flask.
This might be way off track. What would happen if you gave an actual chimpanzee booze?
Oh, they've done. Okay, so it's not.
They party.
Well, because they're basically us, right? It's just a couple of ways removed.
They're 99% genetically similar to humans, or 98%. It's an insanely high percentage. So unfortunately, obviously these would be chimps in captivity, but some people, in fact, the story of the woman who owned the monkey in Connecticut, who there was that disaster where the monkey went wild.
And chewed her face off.
Okay.
Chimpanzee.
Yeah, chimpanzee.
They're big and they are strong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're strong.
Yeah.
That chimpanzee, she was sharing her Lexapro with, or her. She was sharing. Like, I'm not even kidding. She was like sharing her
giving it medicine or
antidepressants or anti-anxiety medications too, and
What
like
could go wrong?
Right.
yeah.
But did it take all of it? What'd you do with the rest of it?
Talking about her face?
No. The Lexapro.
He's talking about the pills. He's a creep and a drug addict.
just wildly depressed.
Getting about back to animals, there are a lot of examples of fruit will fall from a tree and it'll ferment, and elephants eat it and have a party.
Dolphins get high on pufferfish venom.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And we've actually, a billy goat has smoked weed in this studio.
That is factual.
And it didn't do anything to the billy goat. He seemed to really like it, actually.
Well, yeah, it was Lucy, the Christmas goat at the time. Lucy, okay. Backstory. We tried to get a reindeer in for Christmas, our Christmas show. We could not secure a reindeer, so we got a goat.
Wait, hang on. You skipped over that part. Bill just goes, "Oh, that makes it a lot more clear."
Yeah.
That you wanted a reindeer, but you could only, that makes sense.
We only had a few days to source an animal, so we got a goat dressed in a Christmas sweater, and then that goat happens to also smoke weed.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah,
we should talk about spirits because I'm starting to drink.
Whoops.
William H. Macy, our new friend Bill, has come in with Woody Creek Distillers. And we're going to sip on this bourbon first. But before we do, actually, I won't stop anybody. If you want to start sipping on the bourbon, you may. I don't need to give you permission. But my goodness, you live in Woody Creek. Like, this is the part of the reason, part of the genesis of your arrival to being here and allowing us to enjoy this great spirit on the air today.
Exactly. My wife, Felicity Huffman, grew up in Woody Creek. And I've been going there for years and years, all the time we were dating. We've been married a long time now, coming up on 30.
Oh, my gosh. Congratulations, by the way.
So we bought her childhood home about 10 years ago. An excellent husband move, one I would recommend. And my neighbors were Pat and Mary Scanlon and Mark Kleckner, and they're the ones who created Woody Creek Distillers. And the first thing I knew about them, I looked out in one of our pastures, and someone had planted what seemed to be 2 acres of petunias, white petunias. And I had 2 thoughts. Who did that and who's paying for it? But it turns out they were potatoes in blossom. And my brother-in-law, who lives with us, who has horses, had made a deal with Woody Creek Distillers. You can use those 2 acres if you'll hay and bale the rest of the fields.
Oh, wow.
So that was my introduction. Then they knocked on the door. They said, "We have a distillery in Basalt." And I cut them off and I said, "I'm in."
Wait. So it was that quick. You're like,
quick.
We got good neighbors. I want to be a part of this neighborhood, and what they're into, I'm into.
Yeah. I think I was the only celebrity within walking distance, which might have had something.
Right. That helps.
Yeah, they could have knocked on the door to the left. They chose the right door.
Were you a whiskey guy before you got into this? You were.
I went crazy for Scotch whiskey all through college. I did a deep dive in how it's made and where it comes from. And I'm a Southern boy. I was born in Florida, raised in Georgia. So I've been a lifelong bourbon drinker. But when I joined Woody Creek Distillers, I really learned about distilling, which I find very, very romantic and so human. I think. I mean, it's 2,000 years old. Nobody even knows who made the first alembic still. I think they were trying to turn silver into gold.
Yeah.
Which they never quite figured out, but they found another use for the distilling, which is better than gold.
I wouldn't disagree with that. Yeah, that there were so many attempts, alchemists in ancient times trying to create more gold. And, then it sort of almost shifted from alchemy to apothecary, or, and it became medicinal. And then,
the church first.
Yeah. There were ritualistic drinks and things like that. I'm so
really became medicinal during Prohibition.
You
got to sell the medicine still.
Yeah. You could get a prescription.
Yes, exactly right. Exactly right. Man, we poured up some of the bourbon here, right? Was the first taster we're doing?
We sure did.
And by the way, that's the voice of Sean Kenyon, who's joining us as well, tending bar for us, and a fabulous bartender, restaurant owner, and joining us live on air as well today.
And Sean also works with Woody Creek and has been there since the beginning.
Yeah. Cool. How long has it been?
It's 11 years. So 2 years in, and the vodka is what turned me onto the brand because it's so unique, and we'll taste that in a little bit. But the whiskeys are phenomenal, and I'm happy to work with them and happy to drink them, honestly.
Yeah.
But when you were talking about medicinal earlier, that's actually the genesis of the term mixologist, right? It started as a satirical term in the 1850s, 1860s. People talking about going to visit their physician or their psychologist and their mixologist as part of their day.
No way.
It was part of a thing called the sporting life. They would drink in the morning. They would drink in the evening.
Yeah.
They would drink at every gap they got. But mixologist, as it was started out as a satirical term, and now people actually try to use it seriously. I don't, but
Yeah.
So turns out we're part of the sporting life, man.
Yeah, they call it the sporting life. There's not a lot of sports involved in it. There's a lot of drinking involved in it.
I feel like I'm sporting enough.
Yeah. Yes, you are. Old school.
I was like,
Cheers to my fellow athletes.
as I give it a little sniff here, God, it smells good, man.
Yeah.
There is a it's bourbon. You got the sweetness on the nose. What else am I smelling?
I mean, there's some candied elements to it, like a little candied orange. There's cinnamon and nutmeg and baking spice right up front with it that I love. I mean, the mash bill is 70% corn. 70% corn, 15% rye, and 15% malted barley, which is a high percentage of malted barley for bourbons for the most part.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, this is absolutely unbelievable.
It's 5 years old. All our brown spirits are 5 years old. The norm is 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so it's bourbon. So it's in a new white oak barrel.
White oak barrel, number 3 char, which works well with mountain aging. We're aging at about 6,500 feet above sea level.
I'm going to say this tastes like it's been in the barrel longer to me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
The notes from the barrel really stand out. I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's slow to start. It's really not ready until about 4 years, but once after 4 years, it almost ramps up. Like it's slow and then speeds up really.
I think our
quickly.
altitude too, being about 6,000 feet. And also, as Sean said, it's a number 3 char, but in the wintertime, it gets so bleeding dry.
It does. Yeah.
There. Mm-hmm. So that stuff goes through the barrel. There's a huge angel share. But then spring comes and back out. So it travels through that number 3 char a bunch of times. I think that's one of the reasons our brown spirits are so superlative.
Yeah.
When a whiskey or a bourbon is aging, do you have to turn the barrels or do they just sit there? You never touch them?
Yeah, I don't. I actually, that's a question I can't answer whether we're turning barrels or not. They typically don't.
Yeah, just leave them alone.
Yeah, just leave them alone. Leave them where they're at.
Because you see things like aged at sea, and they put them on a boat, and
there's some finishes and things like that around in spirits. There's people who do that. There's a big brand that does that. They put their casks on a boat.
Yeah,
it has a saltiness to it. There's a cognac that does that as well.
Oh, it's picking up the notes from the ocean.
It actually picks up the notes of the sea.
I thought it was.
I mean, those barrels will be salt crusted by the time they get back.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, I thought it was literally so it was on something that was rocking back and forth, and there was movement in it.
You can recreate that. You can actually salt crust your barrels and do something with that.
Yeah.
Our distillery is in Basalt, Colorado, which is just down valley from Aspen. And we've got over 2,000 barrels in our rack house. And at the distillery, we have a tasting room in front.
Yeah.
And you can go there. And one of the things they love to do, and I find this so cool, they've got a bourbon barreled on the same day, same mash bill, went into the rack house at the same time. One was top left, the other one was bottom right, one was in the back, and they are remarkably different.
You know what? And I always said that about one of my favorite strip clubs, the Rack House, because that was my favorite thing about it.
Yeah,
left or bottom.
Right.
Right.
I mean, honestly, they're aged differently.
Were there also 2,000 barrels?
Well, I mean, technically speaking,
There was 2,000 cc's.
Wow, unbelievable.
This is truly, when you said superlative, that's what came to my mind, because words like greatest or best, I feel like are overused in the spirits game. But we get to do this every Friday. We're doing it on a Thursday because that's what you had time for. And honestly, we got time for you, Bill. This is delicious. This is superlative is the perfect word to put on it.
Absolutely. I mean, this tastes like breakout for a special occasion, but this bourbon whiskey from Woody Creek Distillers is a $50 bottle. I mean, I'm blown away by the price point.
Yeah.
It was all on purpose.
That was all on purpose. They had 3 abiding first principles: to make it affordable, which they have done, and they have the means to do that. Second, to cut no corners, to make the finest spirits without excuse, without exception, and they've done that. And finally, they said, let's make the stuff we want to drink.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not a lot of testing the market to see what the next big thing is.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is an old-fashioned, straight-ahead, honest distillery, and I'm really proud to represent it.
Man, it's super cool. Your wife, Felicity Huffman, is she also a whiskey girl?
Not so much. She does like the rye whiskey, but I drink a lot more than she does.
Yeah.
I have to. She just doesn't do her share.
Yeah, that's
Right,
true. Yeah,
right.
you're picking up the slack.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. You know what? What's amazing about, again, meeting you in person, but knowing who you were in different roles that you've played over the years. With the one that, I mean, I almost feel like it was one of those roles that really I attached myself to for many different reasons, because of different people I've met during the course of my life, and maybe some of the overlap of my young childhood growing up was the role you played as Frank Gallagher on the show Shameless. And my connection to it is there were so many things that they did in that show where like, oh, we did that growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because I mean, there were times obviously where we're bootstrapping it, we didn't grow up with great means, and watching some of the toil and trouble that either Frank, and by the way, always with a beaming comedic element to the role that you brought to the screen. It was fabulous, because you're talking about hard storylines, hard times, people who are really sort of being dragged through the ringer of life in America in certain cities and certain pockets of cities. And it was so brilliantly written, but also if you didn't have the cast to bring that script to life the way you guys did.
And they were so young when they started.
That's true too. Yeah, you're working with kids. You're working with child actors who you're watching mature, not only on screen, but in real life as well.
I know. When Ethan got his license finally, a couple of years later, he got a DUI, and I posted, "I'm so proud." And that was a bad thing. I had to apologize.
Was Frank,
Every family's got a Frank.
Right?
was Frank tough for you? Because he was such a piece of shit. I mean, like, I think the most beautiful part of that show is that you're like, as you let the family down, you're kind of letting the audience down too. And I'm saying you because you're Frank, but was that tough for you? Because we've been around you now for an hour and a half. You're not that guy. I promise you that. But Frank was the worst.
I know. I'm not sure how I do that. I've done very well taking despicable characters and making you root for them, and being horrified with yourself for rooting for them.
Yeah.
I think one of the keys is that Frank never gave up. He was a movable party, and he was the hero of his own show, and he never looked back. And there's something compelling about it.
And it does come through in every episode. Like, Frank does love his family. And his family loves him.
Yeah.
But I think every step of the way, either it's Fiona or it's the young ones who are like, Dad, come on, just pull it together, man.
It was so Shakespearean, and I don't want to pretend like I'm going home and I'm reading plays from from playwrights. That's not what I do. But I had a great middle school English teacher who read us everything he could fit into the curriculum from Shakespeare, and he did a really good job of connecting us to the play by speaking in, obviously in the English at the time, the Shakespearean English, but then talking to us in real terms, like, like when it was like, oh, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? She's looking for her boo. And then, he would bounce back to the script.
Wherefore art thou?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for cleaning that up. The comedic element of the whatever you call it, like the drunk sop who would stumble into scene, would stagger into scene for the comedic relief when there was a really tense scene happening in Shakespeare. You would need something to break it. You would need something to happen so that, because you're so it's visceral. You're heavy on your chest as you're watching some of these scenes, and then all of a sudden Frank Gallagher delivers the line where it sort of almost makes it all right to laugh.
Well, it was such a gimme because Frank was high to some extent. All the time. So it's a license to be outrageous.
Right.
Yeah, John Wells was the grand poobah behind that show. He did a lot of the writing. He put together a crackerjack writing team, which evolved. And also the way we shot it was really good. We had 2 cameras all the time. A normal TV show will shoot perhaps 4 pages a day. A big one, 5.
Yeah.
We did 10 on a regular basis.
Man.
So there were 2 cameras running all the time. And the camera crews would shoot each other. They just cut that out. There was a director, but I'd hear the camera crews going, I'm bored with him. I'm going to shoot him. Okay, I'll shoot her. And they were just on the fly.
Wow.
And so we put together the scenes, even though it was 2 or 3 pages, and we would do the whole scene every time. Even though it started in the kitchen, went to the living room, went to the bathroom, back to the kitchen.
Yeah.
The cameras would follow us behind.
That was the
incredible.
the realism that show brought as well, is like you felt like you were traveling, not just with the script, but also with the characters, through the spaces you were working in. It didn't feel like a set. It felt like you were wandering through their lives and their houses, their homes, their whatever environment you were shooting.
Another surprising benefit for it. When normal shooting, they'll shoot what's called the master, and you get everybody's in it. It's a wide lens, and then they'll go in to do coverage. And when they get to your coverage, you know it because they're setting up all these lights, and so you try to do it a little better.
Oh,
which is the kiss of death.
Yeah,
you can't do it better. Just do it again. Be full. Be truthful, and then go home. But you always try to put a little extra there. So I guess it was the second episode when I went to the DP and I said, when are you going to get to my shot? And he said, what shot? And I said,
the shot.
I got this great scene here, that shot. And he said, oh, dude, you're done. That was the second shot we got in the day. You never knew when it was your shot.
Yeah.
Oh, that is such a creative.
You just gave it all up and did the scene fully and had fun and let the rest go hang.
That's cool.
So now when you see
cool.
Jeremy Allen White, who feels like he's on his way to an Oscar, or Cameron, who played Ian in the show, doing his Star Wars thing, is there a little sense of pride from you as the dad on the show, but also in their lives?
Yeah, Jeremy he's a stunning actor. And a real original. He's one of those actors that forces you to come to him.
Yes. Yeah.
He's got those soulful eyes and a deep emotional life, and you just come to him.
Who did he just play? Bruce Springsteen?
The Bear is the perfect
Bear,
show for
Bruce.
Yeah, the Bear is a fantastic show. He was just a voice in Mandalorian.
That's right. He was.
Yeah.
He was one of the Huts.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it's great. It's crazy.
Hard-working boy.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's a hardworking guy. But what's amazing is unless you're able to bounce off of characters and people who, like you said when we started all this, that operate with sincerity, it doesn't work. Nothing works without that sincerity. And I think you've brought that to this brand as well, because sincerely, Woody Creek Distillers has, I mean, like the origin story is what I'm most fascinated by. This is just a couple who's living in a small town in Colorado who decided that they want to turn their land and the land that surrounds them into, accessible ingredients to make this spirit, or these spirits, I should say. And you've created something really special here as well, alongside your neighbors. Again, remind me their names. It's Pat and
Mary Scanlon and Mark Kleckner started it, and they are of means, and that's been a big boon to this whole process because they could infuse money when we needed it. And the story is Mark and Pat were drinking Empress.
No, they were drinking Chopin.
Their favorite potato vodka.
Yeah.
And somewhere near the end of the bottle, they decided we can make this shit. And the next day they still thought it was a good idea. So off they went. And Mark went off. They started trained engineers. They're grown men. They went back to college. Mark took classes to find out about the mechanics of distilling. Pat went into the agricultural side, decided they wanted to use this special potato,
Strabova.
Strabova. Goodness gracious.
Turned out it's a pain in the ass potato, and we dropped that one. But,
Man, my wife calls me a pain in the ass potato.
Yeah. My wife calls me a Strabova, which now is making sense. Potato is what she's calling me. Yeah.
Well, fun fact, Colorado used to export more potatoes than Idaho. Potatoes.
Oh, no way.
Love Colorado.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Incredible.
I mean, you wouldn't think that the climate, well, I guess, yeah, it does kind of make sense. What's fascinating is, well, we'll get to the vodka, but what's fascinating is since this conversation between Mark and Pat, it was over vodka, the fact that they went to brown spirits and got it right. Is pretty impressive. It's amazing.
Is there a special still that needs to be used to figure out how to make Woody Creek Distillers taste just right?
Well, they bought the best stills in the world. They're called Christian Carl stills. They stand, what are they?
2 stories.
2 stories.
Oh, no
2.5
way.
stories high, yeah.
Holy smokes.
One of them is a sort of a pot still on the bottom, and it goes into a column still. And the others are column stills. And but one of the things I love about spirits is that 2,000 years ago, someone came up with this idea of distilling. We don't know who, it's so long ago. And it hasn't changed.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Take a pot, put the grain in it, bring it to a boil, take the alcohol out.
Right.
Yeah.
The end.
But what's so strange is like they're all so different, and it takes whatever it is, the death touch at the distilling stage, or the decisions you make on the type of wood used for the barrel staves, or the char you put on the barrel when you put the spirit to sleep for a little while to gain all that character from the wood. It brings us kind of perfectly to the rye, which you guys have aged. Is it 5 years? It's a 5-year rye.
This rye is 5 years old.
Oh man!
And 100% rye.
Yeah, that's super rare in American whiskey.
But I don't think we've ever had it.
There's maybe one other, and there's some that are 95.5, but it's rare that it's 100% rye, and it's also a single strain of rye. It's Elbin rye out of eastern Colorado. Most rye that you get in your rye whiskeys, American rye whiskeys, is commodity rye. So there may be hundreds of strains of rye in those bags.
Wherever they can get it.
Yeah, wherever they can get it. And in any given rye field, there's 100 strains of it. But this is down to one strain in one field, etc.
Now, that one field, does it only provide to Woody Creek Distillers?
It's one type.
Yeah, one type. Yeah, so it's not one particular field, but I'm saying in any field of rye, there's hundreds. But in this case, the family farms that take care of us, it is 100% Elbin rye that they're growing.
I don't know if we mentioned it. I've been talking about this a lot. We source nothing. Everything comes from Colorado.
That's crazy.
Cheers.
We've known the farmers for
We're not buying anybody else's liquid.
15 years. Right. Yeah.
I cannot believe that 100% rye is this smooth.
Right. It's
I
crazy.
mean, I wouldn't have guessed.
The spice is present.
Thank you very much
when you're trying it, the spice is present, but there's so much more complexity, and to me, like tropical fruit notes and things at the end that are wild for rye.
And so when you say you source everything in Colorado, this is 100% American.
Totally.
Happy birthday, America.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually it. We're celebrating the 250th birthday of this country, and I was joking around with you guys before, talking about how I was fooled for so many years. My favorite cocktail is a dirty martini, and you guys also produce a delicious vodka. And I was thinking I was drinking an American-made vodka that was handmade, and it was this delicious culmination of the American spirit. And my goodness, you're supporting American workers and doing it the right way for so many years. It was a brand that I kind of attached myself to because I love the story, and I love to support American work. And I thought I was doing the right thing. And meanwhile, the wool was being pulled over all of our eyes. And so since then, I've been searching for a vodka to switch to, and we'll get to that in a moment. But
you found it. Yeah, not many people know this, but when you go into a liquor store, those labels on a lot of those spirits are great works of fiction.
Right.
You don't have to back it up. They
Right.
can say handmade. They can say our master distiller.
yeah,
The vast majority of them are sourced alcohols. There are about 3 companies that make trillions of gallons of colorless, odorless spirits. And then they put them in barrels, add whatever they're going to do, and call themselves distillers.
yeah.
And
They're not.
they tell stories like, I found my great grandfather's recipe in the back of a barn when I was cleaning it out.
Right.
And things like that. We don't have to travel the country and tell a story, right? We get to tell the truth about our spirits and where they come from, and can stand behind it 100%. And it's one of the reasons I wanted to work for Woody Creek Distillers years ago. And I approached them to beg them to let me work for them. Just because I could tell the truth everywhere I went, and I could stand behind every word that I spoke about these spirits.
Sean is one of the great bartenders in America. He's been bartender of the year forever. His bar, Williams and Graham in Colorado, was a must-see place. And he just opened up in the Denver airport.
Yeah,
Williams.
it was a fantastic move. Bill was talking about a fantastic move, like buying your wife's childhood home. And,
Yeah, right.
And that, I travel a lot, so opening your own bar in the airport is a great way to drink.
I hear the Denver airport is haunted.
Yeah, it's got a lot of weird stuff. I've been underneath it. It's strange.
You've been
There
underneath
is something
it.
about what's going on underneath the runways.
Yeah, they talk
tunnels.
about it all the time. There's
It's
tunnels
spooky.
and there's closed tunnels, and I've had to go under the airport to get to where my bar is and see everything on the way down there. It's quite odd.
Oh my gosh.
The bottles have this simplicity to them, but also very elegant. Any story behind the bottle? Just picked it out and thought that's a good one.
Sean,
Yeah, they're custom bottles. So
They are.
7 years ago, we went to this bottle.
It was about 6 years ago. Yeah, right in between. They're custom bottles. I think most bottles you see on a shelf, they're like pick, X 1517
Right.
right?
From the
And
bottle
that's
company.
The one. Yeah, from the
Yeah.
bottle company.
Yeah,
These
they
are
give you a
custom made
list.
for us, all the way down to the imprint on the back of the bottle.
Oh, it's cool.
The shape of it, and luckily for me, because I'm involved, they allowed me to be involved in a little bit of the bottle design. So, there's a long neck and enough of a neck to pour properly from
Right.
behind the bar to grab
Bartender.
it. They actually listen to a bartender. It's rare.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But these bottles are fantastic for many reasons. But I think the line looks great together.
Yeah.
And if this is, nobody else can have this bottle. This bottle will never be for any other spirit.
Mary
Right.
Scanlon is our CEO, and mostly this is a women's run distillery.
Mhm.
Mary's the CEO, and she's got a great eye, and she's had a lot to do with the look of our brand.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And it's dialed in.
Yeah.
I looked
Beautiful.
it up to make sure we weren't spreading fake news. Lucifer is who haunts the Denver airport.
Yeah. Well,
It's
yeah.
Lucifer.
The massive blue horse that's
Oh,
outside.
that's right.
The
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
who created that horse, it fell over and killed him
Yeah,
in the middle
Lucifer
of him
killed
making
its
it.
owner.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And now Lucifer's still there.
Lucifer's still there. It's the wild. It's the blue horse with the
Get
wild
rid
red
of
eyes.
the horse,
No.
Denver. What are you doing?
You can't. It'll kill you.
It's synonymous with the airport now. That'll never go. And honestly, it probably shouldn't unless
Lucifer's an unofficial name. by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what the artist called it, huh?
Yeah.
Crazy. That's crazy. We should probably try the vodka.
I mean, yeah.
we've talked a lot about it.
Well,
and
I'm just going to finish this rye real
Yeah,
quick
wow.
because
You're kind of behind here, buddy.
we've officially become a rye drinker as a result of Woody Creek Distillers.
It's America's drink.
Man,
I believe you.
I'm in love with it.
Your lips to God's ears.
Which-
You know,
By
This
the
could
way,
probably steal vodka from Russia, though. This is the best vodka I've ever had.
It's made in a very Eastern European style, and I think we kind of went backwards, right? Usually, you taste on the clear spirits first, and you lead into the brown spirits. But this vodka is, it's amazing. I've seen it open people's eyes and the surprise on their face when they try it because they're used to overly neutralized vodkas, and that's what people a lot of times want, just like an alcohol delivery system. This vodka brings backbone, and you can sip it on the rocks with just a twist of lemon, right? I mean, I never in my life have thought of drinking vodka on the rocks as my casual beverage, but
oh my
this one
gosh.
I do.
It's 100%
Notice I had a new glass here. How
It's
about that?
100% potato vodka. But what's amazing, you mentioned before, colorless, odorless, tasteless spirit. But this has.
This is only one
has
of
a
those
nose.
things.
Yeah, only colorless.
Yeah, it's only colorless. It's full of taste and full of flavor.
There's some vodkas out there that brag that they're thrice or 4 times
I mean,
distilled.
up to 1,000 times distilled and filtered through diamonds and all sorts of ridiculous things.
All that means is they took the mash and got every last drinkable drop out of it and kept distilling until it had 0 personality.
Or character
right.
or anything that makes a vodka potentially special, like what you guys got going on here.
Now here's what blows me away. So you have this vodka that is absolutely unique, absolutely special, stands out above any vodka I've ever tasted in my life. And right now on kegnbottle.com, keg the letter in bottle.com, it's $33 a bottle. I mean, how?
Well, Pat and Mary come from means, and that's one of the things they wanted to do. Make the finest spirits with no shortcuts, keep it affordable so everybody can drink it. And they wanted to put their personalities. If we like it, we trust you will like it. There's not a lot of market research.
Well, we love it, and we love what they love. Apparently, they're pretty good at figuring it out because this, like I said, my favorite cocktail is a dirty martini, and this has almost like an olive brine aroma, and then you sip it and you're like, yeah, there is like a saltiness. I didn't realize that you could get so much character from a potato, Sean.
Right. And because it remains present. If one thing you notice, not just the flavor, but there's a weight to it, right? There's like almost like a viscosity to it. And every curly mustache wearing fancy mixologist in the world hates the 2 words dirty martini.
Is that true?
I mean, but yeah, they do. They hate it because, like people are they're pouring vodka and they're picking up the olive brine out of their garnish tray that their fingers have been all night, and they're pouring it over into a shaker. Like it's disgusting the way they've been made for years, right? I mean, unless you like the taste of fingers, then that's your thing.
But this almost feels like you could
people do pay for that.
You could shake it or stir it on ice,
right?
And you could add the olives to the glass, and you don't got to do much to touch.
It is. I was at the Gutter, a guest appearance at the Gutter at the Lafayette Hotel, which what they've done at that hotel is amazing.
It's unreal.
Insane.
In North Park, right?
I am shooketh by some of the words that come out of my co-host's mouth. Rich, you never knew you could get that much taste out of a potato. Now we're talking vodka. We could say French fries, mashed, scalloped, au gratin.
Okay.
I mean,
you just used the word shooken.
I to my core.
Is it shooketh?
Shooketh?
That's the
Shooken.
word, man.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
I don't know. I've had quite a few cups of whiskey and or vodka.
So you're in your cups.
You'd be
Right.
shooken.
Yeah. So I mean, we're very close to me wanting to start my own distillery.
Yeah. It's funny relatable to that. We did a festival once with a restaurant in Denver that we gave them our Rio Grande potatoes that we use for the vodka, and they're great because they have a high starch content, create a lot of sugars, and they showed up to the festival at 11 o'clock in the morning, looked like they hadn't slept all night.
Yeah,
because they were going to make fries from these potatoes, and they were disintegrating in the fryer because they're not great for making French fries, but they're amazing for making vodka.
I like the pivot.
Yeah, they
yeah, they're like, we got leftovers.
Man, this isn't working.
So they woke up in the morning, they bought some russet potatoes, and made some fries, and we made drinks.
Well, much like James Bond, I love my martinis shook and not stirred. And speaking of,
Ian Fleming wrote that, right?
I hate my job so much.
And speaking of which, if you will, you have a cocktail that you're interested in making this morning?
I mean, I figured, we're in the morning here, so we're going to make some espresso martinis.
There we go.
And
there we go.
Like I said, I mean, you can't drink all day unless you start in the morning. So
that's exactly correct.
I'll make you some drinks.
I believe that's in the Bible.
By the way, these are all fresh potatoes from the Price Farm in Colorado. And when they start coming in, we make vodka as fast as we can because the season is short.
Yeah.
But they're fresh potatoes. Price Farm sends half their potatoes to the grocery store, half to us.
I love it.
And you said there's 8 potatoes in every bottle?
8 pounds.
8 pounds.
8 pounds. Yeah. 8 pounds of potato.
More than 8.
I mean, like,
hang on. Can you imagine? Hang on a second. Just think about Fletch's brain.
Right.
Like, so in his head, you can fill a 750 milliliter bottle with 8 potatoes. Like those are the juiciest potatoes. You couldn't even do that with oranges, Fletch.
Like, 8 pounds feels like too much. I'm just going to throw that out
listen,
there.
hold on. If they are 1 pound potatoes.
But I picture Fletch later
He
on
is
at home
correct.
cutting these potatoes in half at home with the citrus squeezer going, Kendall, his wife, Kendall, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Hand me the bottle.
Yeah. I promise you.
Right.
It takes 8 pounds.
We talked
There's
to
other
William
stuff
H.
too.
Macy this morning.
That's right.
You starred in shows, you starred in movies, but you played a bit role in arguably one of my favorite movies, Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
Boogie Nights, and I mean it was.
We would like to recreate a scene for you.
Yeah, actually,
all right,
Fletch, hit the
everybody.
lights.
If you don't, look away if you mind.
This is the part of the show where there's full frontal male nudity. Now, I'm going to be Dirk. Okay, TD's going to be my double.
I can't wait.
Yeah. You're going to be wildly disappointed.
Yeah. We're going to.
It's just the tip
Okay.
with Big Rich.
I don't know who she is, but I am in love.
You pay that voiceover actress double or triple or whatever we need to do to keep her on staff. My gosh. And I did not mean that any other way, but employed.
Yes.
Employed.
Yes.
For clarity.
It hurt. Bill, Little Bill. That was my name.
That's right. Yeah.
I was not in favor of that.
Right.
Pornography. I thought, couldn't you call me Big Bill?
Right. Yeah.
Or Wild Bill.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bill es muy largo.
Listen, it was destroying him.
Yeah.
It was very sad.
Yeah. It was sad, but it's just amazing. It's amazing to see so much delivered in those because again, like when you have a cast like that, you have to
what a cast
and what a wide focus, like to make sure you're drawing enough out of everybody and sort of it's almost like a football team in a certain way. You know, that's where I came from, like where everybody's got their role. How do you get the most? How do you activate the most out of everybody who's on the field at the same time? You guys were truly able to do that. Is that all direction or is that the quality of actor involved?
Paul wrote the script and he put it on film. He knew what was important. He knew where the audience should be looking. He did a beautiful job. And it was an original script. It's such a new territory.
Do you have a favorite character you've done?
I have a bunch.
Yeah.
Jerry Lardendegard in Fargo changed my life, of course. So I love Jerry, and what a glorious loser he was. And Frank, of course.
Yeah.
Dave Mamet wrote a film called State and Maine. It's about the showbiz.
Yeah.
And I love my character in that. I played Walt, I think my name was, the director. I had great lines in that. But there are a bunch. Yeah.
You've done so many different things. I mean,
It's
you've done
embarrassing. Isn't it?
No, it's so good, man. I mean, you were in a very Muppet Christmas, right?
I think I was.
Yeah, right. I
When
mean,
you get to that point, you know you're cool.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I think I was in
Oh
that.
my God, you guys, I was watching TV this a year and a half ago, and I thought, I know this movie. I think I've seen this before.
No.
And suddenly there I am,
No
I think
way.
I've seen it.
No
playing
way.
ukulele and singing to Eric Stoltz. I thought, oh boy, Bill, your memory.
Are we going out with tasting this espresso martini?
Sean Canyon. I spilled mine already.
Oh, easy.
Actually, that's the reason why you cheers. Actually, it's to slosh some of yours into some of theirs,
Make
so
sure
you
you're
know
not
that
being poisoned.
nobody's poisoning each other.
Sean, well
Man.
done.
Man, oh man, let's see.
That's good.
Ooh,
That's good stuff.
Oh wow. Okay.
So that I'm going to finish that, but before I do, we have to. I'm going to dump it all over the place. Before we do, we got to finish the show. Before we say anything else, William H. Macy, Bill, what a pleasure, what an honor having you in studio with us today.
Thank you.
Incredible. Sean, your deft touch behind bars really was the lead character in all of this. We appreciate you so much. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, man. Pleasure to be here.
Wow.
We can do claps for Sean too.
Yeah, let's do that as well.
And then maybe a round for Woody Creek Distillers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Listen,
Get your hands on all of these fine spirits at Keg, the letter N Bottle. We've got .com. We've got Father's Day quickly approaching. So if you want Woody Creek Distillers, that's the best place to go for it. Or any of the 10 locations around San Diego, if you happen to be in our parts.
I'm not kidding, Bill. This is some of the best we've ever tasted. Yeah. I mean,
Thank you. You're a man of taste.
Incredible. Thank you. I say that all the time. Finally, some reassurance.
Yeah, if only we could get you to put that in writing so we could pass it along to our wives. That would be fantastic. This has been a show. This has been a lovely day, and we really appreciate it. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, out.